Obviously, no, it's still entirely possible to make a YouTube channel without utilizing AI. It just feels like it's getting gradually more difficult to do so. Now, I'm definitely a little late to the party with these two discussion points, but being in the threshold where I believe they'll be directly impacting how far my channel goes from here on, in terms of, I guess, making it with both these YouTube changes, figured, you know what, I might as well. So the first one being the monetization threshold, the partnership threshold, basically being doubled in terms of viewership. So going from 1,000 to 2,000 for from going basically the change is going from 1,000 to 2,000 for long form videos, and I can't remember what it was for shorts, but that being doubled basically as well. Subscriber count staying the same. Now, what already felt like a very tough threshold to even make from starting out in terms of depending on the content you're trying to make now got even significantly harder, and the speculated and probably most probable reasoning is AI. They can pump out videos so fast to where they probably easily do it to where that channel gets taken down. It just does it again in a month, if not less. So they had to raise the restrictions, or not restrictions, but raise the thresholds to making it, which makes sense. But also just makes anyone actually trying a lot harder without feeling like you need to utilize AI in some form or fashion to lighten the work. Whether that be what I've been seeing a lot lately from a lot of small channels, utilizing AI to make thumbnails. I don't know if they're using AI to help them create titles or descriptions, and something I've been tempted to use, but I don't know if I'll try it once and maybe won't try it again, but to make up with what I struggle with, AI video editors, which apparently do exist. How effective they are, I don't know. Part of the reason why I kind of want to give it a shot and see how it goes, and if it ends up working, I'll probably use it as a temporary measure to edit videos, considering that's my weakest point. But if I can't, I don't want to. If I don't want to, basically, is the main thing. But if it might help in terms of taking that, the entire different discussion. But that's basically the main concern that I have. If it's at a point now where AI needs to be utilized in some form or facet to help you get to a point when maybe you won't need it anymore. But then at that point, you just know that how much money you'd be saving that you just won't even bother. Because I think I've seen that where I've seen some content creators make it to 100,000 subs, and they said that they get once they get to that point, they might start utilizing actual artists, and so far I haven't seen that. I don't know if it's because it costs more for art than they thought it did, if they're just running into artists that are charging obscene amounts, or if they just can now see how much money they save on their bottom line to where they don't even want to bother. Because with the content that they're doing, the AI art in their video does what it needs to do. I don't know. Not here to point and shame, but just what I've noticed. But so that's point one being the case. Point two, a little less with have to doing with AI, but I guess it would benefit them in the long run, which is how views are going to start being calculated, which is the second it starts playing, the literal second it starts playing, it counts as a view, which would only benefit channels doing AI long form because people will click off before that 30-second mark, giving it that engaged viewer thing, which obviously from what was used in the example, the million subs and multiple millions of views on their shorts, but like a couple handful of thousand on their long form, yeah, it doesn't look good and it kind of makes it seem obvious. So now it will boost those videos to look a lot better. The argument is not seeing any other benefit beyond that. As a benefit I could see for smaller channels is now it would show how many people actually clicked on that video, so it could see a potential boom from that. Like maybe that might help smaller channel videos get boosted up to where maybe they might do it, but at the same time, if everyone's being boosted in the same way, it might just keep those videos in the same spot that they were. They just would have bigger number. So, I mean, I guess if it helps your brain feel good in terms of, big number do give good brain chemical, I don't know. But that's the only thing I could think of in terms of a benefit, but that will have to remain to be seen. And even then, I don't think so the more I think about it. But it's just, I don't know. overall feels like there's no way to do it unless you utilize it for a set period of time. Not necessarily sticking with it, using it to replace people, but obviously if you're limited on funds and you can't sink as much time, then maybe using it to help get you to the point when you can get people to help you with it. That, because I would use it to get to a point when I can pay an artist to do thumbnails for me. I would use it to where I can afford someone to edit videos for me, which I wish I could do right now, but I can't, and no one's willing to do these things for free to prevent AI, which is fair, obviously. If you're putting time into it, you deserve to get paid for it, but it is one of those things where I can see why people utilize AI, especially as a small channel, because they can't afford to pay people. I have been in that temptation. I am still in that temptation, but it's a stigma I don't want attached because I can't afford something. So, but that's just basically the only thing I could think of in terms of it. Like, I don't know. I've been rambling. I've probably mixed words enough. I'm gonna leave it here, so until next time, if I can get myself to sit down and do another one of these.